different experts from the industry come here once a year to kind of assess a little bit the progress of HTMi and to give our input and ways and suggestions of how the school can improve even further, prepare their students better for the real life out there. And it's just a nice mix of different inputs from the industry that we can meet once a year and hopefully give very constructive feedback to the management of the school. We were discussing it. I think the future trend is hopefully it's going to get more and more global. You're going to have more different guests traveling the world. Obviously, China is a big market now, India, Brazil, Russia. You have a lot of guests that now start traveling, and for the hotels receiving those guests, it's a change. So we have to understand them and be able to cater to them. I think in the hotel itself, technology is becoming more key. It starts obviously from a wireless internet environment, which needs to be flawless, and speed needs to be excellent in every single corner of the hotel, and all kind of IT equipment, from the meeting rooms to the setup in the guest rooms. There were long discussions. Internet, I think, it's just the basic expectations for any hotel guest, that it's going to be there, that it's going to be free of charge, that you're not going to have only 1 or 2 devices, but up to 5, 6 devices in each room, and the system and the structure needs to be there, and many hotels are trying to catch up with this. I think another big trend is the whole social media, how important it has become for the hotels, how key it is to look at social media in regards to guest feedback. Guests are not really willing to fill out a lot of feedback forms and comment cards and online survey, but they're very, very keen on giving feedback on social media. So how do you manage that? How do you work with that and channel that feedback into constructive feedback? So there's many things happening. I think a big thing as well is food. The trend is going towards more organic, healthy, casual, away from the typical fine dining environments that perhaps used to be in a 5-star hotel, much more into a casual, fun, high quality, excellent service and food, but much more casual. And food-wise, I think much more back to basics, healthy, organic, locally grown. Those are trends we see everywhere now. Dubai is a bit crazy as so many different things come together there. I think Dubai really wants to position themselves on the international market, and food and beverage wise and hotel wise. They're competing now with all the other big cities, Hong Kong, Tokyo, New York, London. They want to be in that kind of league. So we're waiting for more and more international concepts to open, but whatever has opened over the last couple of years is very, very successful. So I think they're on the right track to really be one of those key cities in the F&B world. I think Ritz Carlton leadership style, we are very, very hands-on. We are very much on the floor. We are very much with the team and with the guest. We like to manage and lead from the floor and with the team, and not that much in the background from the office. Our culture as well is that we really hardly take managers into our Ritz Carlton organization from the outside. We much more prefer to grow them and develop them from within. So obviously that makes them technically very strong, very much aligned with our culture, because they grow up in the organization and don't just come in as leaders and manager. For us, it's really key that they understand the philosophy, as we call it. We cannot have a person in a leadership role that is not aligned with what Ritz Carlton stands for. So for us, that is living our gold standards, living the motto, living the credo. That becomes fundamental in being a leader in any department or in any level of the hotel. And it means that we are hosts, we are hoteliers, we like to genuinely care for our guests and for our employees, and we have to not only talk about it but really live it and role model it and show everybody how it's done. And our guests as well, I think, expect Ritz Carlton leaders to just be able to give that service. It's just not that title that makes you, you know, a manager or a leader. It's that experience that you have in the luxury industry, dealing with the guests and dealing with the situation that, you know, makes you a strong person. Now we're very lucky in Dubai that occupancy levels and rates are on a up, so we can't complain in that sense. I think challenges is the workforce, to find passionate, qualified hotel people is a challenge around the world. Obviously, the strength we have in Dubai is that we can employ pretty much all nationalities, so we have a wide range of workforce that we can recruit from. But still, it's a challenge. There's many hotels opening around the world, and the battle for the best is intense. I wish there would be more, right? I always get asked the question, you know, why are there so few hotel managers and general managers, not only at Ritz Carlton, at pretty much all the hotel companies? And I say, I don't know, right? The job is the same, and the talents are definitely there. We see a lot of ladies in manager and in department heads position, and then it kind of stops, and that last jump into senior positions then get few, because obviously it's a very time-consuming job, the hotel industry, and a lot of ladies have the struggle then between the private life, the family, and the career, but it's definitely possible, and I always encourage all my female leaders to try and go for it and have both, and it is definitely possible. So I'm hoping that in the future we're going to have much more hotel managers and general managers within the whole industry throughout the world. It's a challenge in all regions, not only in the Middle East or Asia. It's the same in Europe and in the US, that a lot of them start in the hotel career, and a lot of them then kind of stop on a manager or department level. But I really hope that in the next couple of years we're going to see that improve. That personal touch is I think what makes the big difference. That recognizing the repeat guests, the knowing them and acting upon their preference, really making them feel comfortable and feel at home. All those things kind of come together to create loyalty.